Elbaf, the legendary land of giants, has been constantly hinted at during multiple instances of the story. We first saw giants way back during the Little Garden arc, where Dory and Broggy were fighting for over 100 years. It is at this point we see Usopp becoming obsessed with the idea of Elbaf, a land where technically everyone is a great warrior of the sea, which aligns with Usopp's goal. Luffy, on the other hand, has always liked giants for their honor. When Dory and Broggy fought, he admired their battle that lasted a century without a clear winner, just a simple manly brawl. During the Enies Lobby arc, we also see giants were once members of Dory and Broggy's crew, and Usopp cleverly uses this relationship to turn them from enemies into allies. There was also Jaguar D. Sol, who protected Robin during the O'Hara genocide. However, this also means that there are giants who work for the world government, as we have seen during the Marineford War. We also know that the world government has always been interested in experimentation to create giants for military purposes. Now we finally get to Loki. Loki is known as the cursed prince of Elbaf, having been shunned by his fellow giants for the murder of his father, driven by his desire to acquire the legendary devil fruit passed along the royal bloodline of Elbaf. Now, I'm not sure if Loki is still in line to become king of Elbaf, but from what we've seen of his design, he seems to be a person who believes himself to be the sun god, which we know is Luffy. He also seems keen on causing a world war. Note that this is also what Kaido wanted to achieve. He aimed to create a global conflict to topple the current world government. However, for some reason, he was unable to achieve this, presumably because he thought that if he directly antagonized the world government, he would lose. This is particularly interesting considering he often claims he wants to die. Loki, the Prince of Elbaf, is first mentioned during the Whole Cake Island arc, when it is revealed that the former Yonko, Big Mom, attempted to form a political alliance with the giants through an arranged marriage between Loki and her daughter, Lola. However, as we all know, Loki was rejected by Lola because she wanted to pursue true love. This rejection had several significant effects. First, Lola, representing Big Mom, rejected the marriage between her and Loki, which the giants, particularly those from Elbaf, viewed as a deep insult, sullying the relationship between Big Mom and Elbaf. At this point, I wasn't sure if the giants would have been able to protect themselves if one of the four emperors attacked them, but judging by how Luffy reacted to Loki's haki, I guess they would have been fine. But I'm pretty sure the giants also disliked Big Mom very much at this point because of what happened with Mother Carmel and the dead giants. Anyways, this was a major blow to Big Mom's ambitions. If she had managed to establish an amicable relationship with the giants through this political marriage, she would have gained a very powerful ally in her quest to become the Pirate King. If you guys remember, Big Mom's goal has always been to create a utopia where all the different races could live together in a single territory without discrimination, which, to be fair, is a noble goal. However, we all know how Big Mom managed her territories through fear and intimidation, making her fundamentally similar to the world government in this regard. So there are two sort of major theories when it comes to Loki's devil fruit. First, there's one that hinges on the fact that Elbaf draws heavily from Norse mythology, so it must mean that Loki's devil fruit is related to that mythology. Loki himself is known as a trickster and is particularly good at manipulating situations for his advantage. Anyway, the first theory is the mythical zone devil fruit model Fenrir. There are a bunch of reasons for this, but in general this is how it goes. Fenrir is known as a monstrous wolf and the son of the god of mischief Loki. Fenrir was prophesied to bring destruction to the gods, so that's the first point. When Loki was introduced, literally one of the first things that he said was that he would bring an end to the world. So this is the first support for the theory of Loki having the Fenrir fruit. Fenrir, just like the present Loki, was also put in chains and imprisoned because the gods feared his strength and the prophecy that he would basically kill all of them. This is because in Norse myths, Fenrir is often associated with eclipses. Fenrir also has two kids, Sol, who chases the sun, and Mani, who chases the moon. According to the myth, during Ragnarok, which is basically the end of the world, Sol, who chases the sun, finally catches up to it and eats it, which is why an eclipse occurs. So, the Fenrir fruit being associated with the sun sort of makes sense. Finally, if Loki has the Fenrir fruit, this is also related to him killing his father, King Harald, for the legendary devil fruit, because during Ragnarok, Fenrir was the one who killed Odin, the king of the gods. The second major theory is that the legendary devil fruit passed down through the generations in Elbaf was actually Luffy's Nika fruit. So, Loki killed his father and, thinking he ate the Nika fruit, believed himself to be the sun god. So first, let's recap. As we all know, when a devil fruit user dies, the fruit is resurrected somewhere else in the world. The first time we see this in action is during the Punk Hazard arc, when Caesar Clown killed the user of the axolotl devil fruit and turned him into a smile. We saw the devil fruit immediately manifest from the nearest apple. Now, we can use this. Let's assume that devil fruits manifest the nearest fruit of the previous user's dead body. You can correlate this with the fact that when Whitebeard died, Blackbeard immediately covered up his body and was able to steal his devil fruit. You can see that Blackbeard brought some sort of fruit, and the Tremor fruit manifested in that fruit because of its proximity. This can also be seen with Ace's devil fruit. Most likely, when Ace died, his Mera no Mi manifested in the nearest fruit near his dead body, and Doflamingo was able to take it for himself. There's even Big Mom eating Mother Carmel directly and just getting her devil fruit from her dead body. Or the soul fruit just manifested in a nearby fruit, and Big Mom ate it just like she ate everything else. Meaning, the Nika fruit was probably passed down through the Giants' royal family during the death of the previous king. However, I believe a mishap happened during the time of King Harald. As you all know, Dory and Broggy were the strongest warriors of Elbaf at the time. Although I'm not sure why it wasn't King Harald who was the strongest, because he did hold the Nika fruit, but okay I guess. This means that the Nika fruit was forcibly stolen by Loki by killing his father King Harald, or at least that's what he thought happened. We all know that Shanks stole the Nika fruit from a government ship. How did the government get a hold of the Nika fruit if the giants were so strong? First, we all know that Mother Carmel was living in a giant's village in Elbaf. However, she was a spy for the world government, so most likely, she told the Marines about the existence of the Nika fruit in Elbaf. So now the world government orders CP9 to steal the devil fruit in Elbaf. How did he do this? The massacre that happened with Big Mom occurred during the same time as when Prince Loki was born. So two very prominent events happened at the exact same time. This means the giants were probably in a lot of turmoil during the situation, which means less protection for the devil fruit. They also probably didn't think anyone would steal the devil fruit from them, since it was very unlikely for there to be a spy within Elbaf itself. Well, the worst thing happened and the fruit was stolen by CP9 by Who's Who. They escaped through the East Blue, which is safer than passing through the territory of the Four Emperors. However, presumably right after it was stolen, King Harald told Shanks about what happened and he stole the Nika fruit back from the world government. So now, Shanks has the fruit and he brought it with him to Fuchsia village where Luffy ate it. So let's go back to Loki. Loki, now older and thinking that his father either kept the Nika fruit hidden or ate it himself, killed Harald in order to get it for himself. So either the fruit manifested somewhere near Harald or he found a devil fruit in some secret room and ate it, thinking it was the Nika fruit. Now, obviously, there's a lot of holes in this theory. First, this assumes that devil fruits do manifest near the dead bodies of their previous owners, which is not proven. Second, this also assumes that for some reason, the giants didn't have any records of what a Nika fruit looks like, especially since even Vegapunk knew that Nika looked white, calling him the White Warrior. It would make no sense for the royal family of Elbaf not to know this. However, you can also argue that the reason they didn't know this was because it was such a long time ago that the Nika fruit was awakened and they didn't have any records of what it looked like. For them, the Nika fruit just gave rubber powers, not knowing its true powers. Anyways, that's the end of this video guys. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys later.